Good morning, everyone. This morning we're finishing up Chapter 43, Merging with Śiva, Force Fields and Psychic Protection, from the 1970 Master Course. Lesson 300, Undesirable Influences. Being on the path is a marvelous thing, but it is a path. There are jungles on either side, and if we wander off into the jungle, taking too many liberties, continuity of the vibration of our unfoldment will begin to wane. That's an important point there, that continuity of the vibration of our unfoldment will begin to wane. So we really need regularity in daily practice to avoid that. Suppose you are meditating regularly in the morning and at night, day after day. Perhaps they are not long meditations, but they are regular. You are generating a certain vibration out of it. If you then stop that routine and take your awareness into feeling sorry for yourself, or mentally arguing with a friend, you lose the subtle thread of superconsciousness. You're going through an old pattern, and it will be difficult to get back into the vibration of meditation. Your dreams at night may become nightmares. Your circle of friends may change. This is called, in a sense, spinning out into a different area of the mind. If you have not yet experienced this yet, it's not a recommended experience on the path. And if you have experienced it, you know what I am talking about, and you know the importance of protecting yourself and your meditations. Psychic protection to sensitive people is extremely important. It involves every detail of life: your home, friends, clothes, diet, even your dreams. You should live in places that are clean, very clean. Paint your place. Assure yourself that the inner atmosphere is clean and unpolluted. We have an outer atmosphere and we have an inner atmosphere. The inner atmosphere can become polluted too, just like the outer atmosphere can. All sorts of influences from the astral plane can come in on the inner atmosphere, and this we don't want. We want the inner flow of the inner vibration, which is within this inner atmosphere of air and ether, to be absolutely peaceful and sublime. How is this done? By keeping your house, your meditation room as clean as possible, by entertaining few guests and then only people of the same caliber and nature. Guests other than close relatives should not stay more than 3 nights. So Gurudeva means overnight guests, when he's explaining that point. Why? Because otherwise they bring too much distraction, too many other influences into the home. Finally, the whole atmosphere may be disrupted. Many families have broken up and lost their home, and children have gone homeless, simply because guests have stayed too long and worked into the inner atmosphere and brought in too many influences of a distracting and disturbing nature. This is an old traditional custom of hospitality that dates back many thousands of years, and these old customs are based on sound judgment. If they are understood and followed, they assure and protect our contemplative life. Keep your environment positive so that the inner feeling is always content. Keep your home shrine or meditation space radiant, so that the inner feeling there is always uplifting. as you advance along the path, the radio mechanism will become highly tuned, very positive. Being positive, it will register all types of influences. Influences that are distasteful to you will come through as strongly as influences that are really magnificent. You have to learn to shield out the static by finely tuning this mechanism. That is why you strive for mastery of sadhana, mastery of concentration, your ability to hold awareness where you want it, when you want it, for as long as you want it, and mastery of your ability to experience kaif, pure awareness aware only of itself, by taking awareness out of the entire context into just being aware. This practice of kaif is one of the fundamental protectors from psychic or astral invasion, for when you are in that state, great clarity and willpower persist, and the lower states are transcended. To attain and sustain kaif is a simple practice. You pull awareness out of the thought processes. You pull awareness out of the emotion processes. You pull awareness out of the bodily movements. And you're just completely on that pinnacle of being aware of being aware. That's so necessary to practice every day, even if you do it for a split second. The experience of kaif can be attained by anyone on the face of the earth, at least for a split second. Because it's so easy to be aware of being aware. To hold that experience and to stabilize the physical and emotional elements long enough to hold that intensity for even a minute takes more practice. Not too much, but consistent practice. To maintain kaif for 2 minutes requires more effort, more will, more dedication to the life of sadhana. 5 minutes requires more. That's the test. Lesson 301, Sensitivity and the Third Eye. When you meditate, you become inwardly strong. You become extremely sensitive, and sensitivity is strength. But if you are not psychologically adjusted to the things you may be hearing and seeing, and the depth to which you might see things that will be disturbing to you, that will upset your nerve system. Now, it is true that if you are centered in yourself completely enough to be all spine and just a being of energy, you can go any place, in any type of environment, inside or outside, and the environment would be better for your having been there. You would not absorb any of the distracting or negative vibrations. But until that day comes, it is better to be wise and live in a positive vibration and among people who can help stabilize the force field around you so that your inner life goes on without interruptions of spinning out, having to crawl back, and spinning out and then having to crawl back again. Why go through all those frustrating experiences which are inconvenient, time-consuming, and totally unnecessary? Part of the psychic pitfall is the belief that in order to be spiritually awakened, one must also be psychically awakened. Seeing auras, visions, hearing celestial music and such. We do not have to awaken the third eye. To me, that is a translation error made in the old scriptures. The third eye has never been asleep. It's always awake. We are not aware, however, of the visual mechanism of the third eye. The artist doesn't have to learn to see to distinguish hundreds of shades of color in a painting. He has only to learn how to be aware of his ability to see hundreds of different shades within a painting. The untrained eye cannot see such subtle variation of tones and hues. but just looks at the painting. It is the same with the third eye. It doesn't have to be awakened. It's always awake. As we become more and more sensitive, the third eye becomes more and more apparent to us because we keenly observe through that faculty more than we did before. If you are standing on a crowded bus and another passenger is just about to crash down on your foot with his foot, you will intuitively move it out of the way. You have often noticed that you moved your foot or some other part of your body out of the way of danger just in time. Well, your third eye wasn't asleep then, and you didn't see that foot coming down on you with your physical eyes. You saw it with your third eye. We use this third eye all the time. When someone greets you who is apparently looking fine and you sense otherwise, thinking, I feel he's disturbed, I wonder what's wrong, you're seeing his inner condition with your third eye. When you walk up to someone's house and you have the feeling that nobody is home because you don't feel vibrations coming from the house, you're seeing this with your third eye. We see and respond to things seen with the third eye every day, whether we are fully conscious of it or not. The third eye does not have to be awakened. In fact, it is harmful to consciously make efforts to see things psychically. A big sidetrack on the eternal path. We become sensitive to the use of it by using it going along with our natural meditational practices in a regular way. Morning and night, when you awaken in the morning and just before you go to sleep at night. All sorts of wonderful things come to you. Protect yourself as you protect a precious jewel. Guard your awareness from coarse influences and you will enjoy the bliss of the natural state of the mind, pure, clear, and undisturbed. Then we get some Shum words as our commentary. Chimavumna, that's the obvious one, the sixth chakra, named Ajna in Sanskrit, attribute, divine sight, located at the third eye between the two physical eyes, relates to language and speech. Interesting statement. It's the area of the mind where, through the third eye, mystics can scan the universe. It is the area where past, present, and future are seen as one. It is the third eye that sees all, for it is within all at every point in time. Only when awareness moves into this chakra do the two petals open from deep within the chakra above, and divine sight comes. Color, lavender. Planet, Uranus. Element, Mahatattva. Sense, intuition. Petals, 2. The Om of the Panchakshara mantra. Then we get a form of awareness here. Mi-if. So usually when we talk about awareness in Shum, it's nif, which when traveling is ni-imph. But there's other forms of awareness functioning at the same time. This is one of them. Awareness seeing in the sixth dimension as a body completely apart from the T-lymph, seeing inwardly through focus, whereas Ni-imph and T-lymph seem to look as well as travel, Mi-if focuses and brings before the vision all things, thoughts, seeing them from the inside out. Mi-if has a peculiar quality in that even second and third dimension areas can be reached in the sixth dimension. In addition, areas that are probed by science, such as the first dimension, can be seen through Mi-if, but from the inside out. One has the feeling that one is what one looks out from. Mi-if is one of the many functions of the third eye, and is not therefore naming the only function of superconscious sight. Then we get a series here. Chambi. Position of the body when using the psychic sight. Nam Chambi. Placing the physical body in positions which allow the flow of awareness to travel in various areas of the mind. Each position should be studied out carefully so that the Nache is fully aware of the areas of the mind that are opened up and made available by the position assumed. Portraits name the positions of the body to open and make available 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th dimensional areas of the mind, while at the same time closing off 3rd dimensional relationships with the 2nd dimension. Ling Nam Chambi. The ability to see into the group mind and know the motivations. Kam Ling Nam Chambi. Seeing through the third eye into another's mind. Vikam. Sorry, it's getting long. Vikam Ling Nam Chambi. Looking into the mind of another. Nivikam Ling Nam Chambi. The ability to see into the mind of another. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.